I gotta admit, lights, camera, traction makes going to school pretty cool. I'm here at Daytona, one of the most historic racetracks, here for one of the most historic car shows.
Now, I've heard that you've been to every one of these turkey runs.
Yes, sir, at different locations. I think this is the 5th different location that they've had since I've been going to the turkey rod run. I think I'm correct on it, but I know I've been to 39 of them, and we've just enjoyed going to each one of them. When they first started, you know, it was just a little mom and pop deal, like I guess a station used to be. When they moved here to the International Raceway, it's really made a difference. Everybody in the world can enjoy it now. I've met people from all over the world that come here and buy cars at the turkey rod run, and they take them back to England and you know, Switzerland and just everywhere.
They love our cars.
Oh, they love them. They do. They do. And it's just a pleasure to come here. We look forward to it every year. And if anybody hasn't ever been here, I'll guarantee you they'll have a good time. They can see anything they want to, new to old.
Tell me a little bit about your car here first.
Well, it's a 1939 Standard Ford, going on 50 years, and it had the 60-horse engine in it.
Wow.
And we went to the AACA for years, and I wanted to put a later model engine in. This friend of mine passed away. He liked the older cars, you know, and I took the little 60-horse engine out and put a ZZ4 a Chevy in it with a 700 R4 transmission and an 8-inch Ford rear end, which is a 355 gear ratio, and a low car shifter, and a 750 Holly, and we get about 22 miles a gallon of gas. It has air.
Wow, I don't even get that. What do the kids think about all this?
Oh, they love it. They got the play park right over here that the kids can enjoy, and there's thousands of things going on around in here. It's just a family event. You find everyone in here that they didn't just bring their wife, they bring their pups too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They bring their pups.
Alright, we're here with Jim Fox and his 1964 Pontiac Tempest. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, I had a GTO when I was a kid. Had it for 3 weeks and I totaled it, and I said someday I'm going to get another one. So a friend of mine found this in Plant City. A kid put 2 of them together to make the one. And I did some work on it too. But the way it is what was saved from the junkyard. So I thought that was pretty special. It has a 400 V8 400 transmission now. It was a 6-cylinder. Runs good. Everything works on it. It's a fantastic car.
I'm here today with John from Arcadia, Florida. Can you tell me about your car here?
Well, it's a 34 Chevy. It's an outlaw body. I purchased it in about 99 and up in Pennsylvania. We decided at that point to move to Florida. The engine is GM's crate motor. It's a ZZ4. It's 355 horse, 400, I think it's 405 foot-pounds of torque. I'm running a 700 R4 transmission. I'm in the process of working on the interior. Right now we have the seats done, and we picked a red and kind of a light, not a white, kind of like a white almond. Tires, the rims are I bought them from Summit, and the wheels and the They're 15-inch rims all the way around, and I adjusted the height through the tires, different size tires.
I'm currently sitting in a 1966 Plymouth Belvedere, a police car from the 60s. Harvey Bach, the owner of this car, and an all-around nice guy, is a former police officer. Let's go talk to him to find out the evolution of police cars, the safety of it, and how they changed from back then to now. What was it like being in a high-speed chase with this kind of car? Like, did you drive these kind of cars?
Right,
or?
this is the car that I drove back in 1966. Now, we're a city police department, like Miami. We depended more actually on our radios. We would call ahead for other units to help us set up a perimeter if we were chasing a car. And in the city circumstances, we didn't have to do a lot of high-speed driving, 80 miles an hour, maybe 90 miles an hour. And we have a lot of bumps and rises when you hit an intersection, so it was very difficult because you had to be able to bail out of a car in a hurry, and you had to wear your seatbelt. We didn't have shoulder harnesses; we just had regular lap belts. But a lot has changed since 1966 with the equipment, the safety equipment, and the driving tactics and techniques.
So you say there was only lap belts, and probably maybe later in the years they had headrests?
Yeah, this car is set up just the way we drove them, with the vinyl interior and no headrests, no head restraints, and just the regular lap belts.
And I know police cars today, they have like red and blue. And did this ever change color?
No, this is strictly a red light. I think it was probably 10 years after that there were so many red lights with the fire department having red lights that the state decided to use blue lights for law enforcement and red lights for fire.
Well, thanks, Harvey.
Right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, we're here with Tony and Krista from Lakeland, Florida. Can you guys tell me about your Mustang?
Well, it's a 1966 Ford Mustang GT. It's got a 351 Windsor in it. Original tires, grabber blue with a black hood.
So do you guys work on it together?
Yeah, he let me help him with the brakes. We had to put new brake lines in it, and we had to get new shoes and pads for the brakes.
She wants to learn about old vehicles because she likes my Mustang but likes old trucks better. So now we're going to end up rebuilding an old truck to go for her.
Tell me about this, I don't know, treasure?
Yes, 69 Daytona was wrecked in 1973, 1974. Sat in a junkyard. They stripped it quite hastily. The guy came to save it 4 cars away from being squished.
The original dirt, rust, and everything on it?
Yep, this dirt here and down here is from the junkyard in 1974. The wing was folded up in the rear seat, which luckily was saved. And he instantly took it to his barn and stored it until August of this year. And I bought it and the new motor, transmission, and a little bit of framework, and got it running. Other than that, this is the rear end and the tires and the drag radials on it. Also, when I purchased the car, the guy that saved it in the junkyard went around to dealerships and bought all the parts to fix the car. Those are NOS original fenders. I have a brand new trunk lid to put on it. And all the little parts and pieces that were stripped at the junkyard, he purchased for me, and will help with the restoration.
I'm Brett Suggs here with Lights Camera Traction, and I'm at the Living Legends of Auto Racing Museum in Daytona. Let's go ahead and see the director of the museum, Mr. Gary Smith. Here I am with Gary Smith at the Living Legends of Auto Racing Museum.
Would you like to take a short tour?
Sure, that'd be
All
great.
right, we'll go over here.
Okay.
Bill France Sr. Was, you know, the head man behind the start of NASCAR, and they raced on the beach for a lot of years, and he got the idea to build the big speedway. And this is one of his sales promotions. It's a painting of the original speedway. Now, this is before the speedway was even built. He would bring this to different businesses, businessmen with a lot of money, to, you know, tell him of his plan, of his dream to build the speedway.
I'm surprised he already knew, like, the shape and everything he wanted.
The man had a dream all his life. He dreamed and dreamed and dreamed. And then this was it, and it came true. This is the north turn of the old Daytona Beach racetrack. There's a race just beginning. You can see the 54 Ford station wagon. There's a pace car. These are all drivers who raced on the beach. This is Brownie King. There's Fireball Roberts. And this display cabinet here is dedicated to our President Ray Fox. Mr. Fox is almost 98 years old. He's NASCAR's oldest living member. He's set records that still hold, probably always will. He's just, he's my hero. He's a hero to all of us. He's an inspiration. He's here every Thursday to greet the public and sign books. And he's just a real big part of our museum here. This picture up here of the number 3 Pontiac is the original car that Ray Fox built. This here is the tribute to the number 3. David Pearson drove it to many victories. One that's kind of outstanding, he won every super speedway race that the car entered in one season, and nobody's done that. This is a Hudson Hornet engine from the 50s. They were the king of NASCAR back then. They not only won, they finished second, third, fourth, and fifth. They couldn't be beat. In the mid-50s, when Ford and Chevrolet came out with the overhead valve engines, they just kind of faded back. Yep, you said it right.
So tell me about these cars a little bit. They look like Dodge.
Yep, there was a Plymouth Superbird and a Dodge Charger. This is Mr. Fox's car.
Wow.
They were, I guess, the only way I can explain it is a factory race car. You go in and buy it, start it up, and go to the racetrack. Other than safety items, most of these cars, except for suspension, safety modifications. That's pretty much the way they were when you bought them. And I think they were on the racetrack for a year and a half. And NASCAR got so many complaints from every other manufacturer, they outlawed them because they just couldn't be beat. This is the fight, capital T-H-E, at the Speedway in 1979. It was the first year that NASCAR got television coverage. And they couldn't have picked a better time to have the fight because their ratings went sky high. These are an assortment of pictures from the early days of the Speedway. The names are on there. That's Glenn Wood, Marty Robbins, Cale Yarborough, Tiny Lund. There's Richard Petty in his early days.
Now, believe it or not, I'm a little bit related to Cale Yarborough.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yep. Are you going to go in politics like he does?
Probably not.
No.
Do you like rats? I love rats. Let's go check out some pretty sweet rat rods down at the Speedway.
Hey, we're back with Elizabeth. What can you tell me about this rat rod? What's quite a machine you got here?
Well, it's a 1935 International with a 12-valve Cummins turbo diesel. It's got a compound turbo setup. Pushes about 138 psi. It's pretty awesome.
Is it a little squirrely?
A little bit, but not in a bad way.
Yeah. What have you got on the inside of here?
Well, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, let's check it out.
It's pretty awesome.
So, Elizabeth, how in the world did you get mixed up in all this?
I've liked cars and trucks ever since I was a little girl.
Are you a car girl?
I am a car girl.
Yeah. You know, I don't think, you know, this new health care and stuff that's coming up, I don't think they got car crazy covered in that.
I don't think they do either.
I'm here today with Ashley talking about the rat rod. Can you tell me a little bit about your car?
Sure. It started life as a 1930 Model A sedan. I picked up the body about 4 years ago. I got maybe 3 years in building it off and on. I get tired of it, lay it down for a while, and pick it back up. It's got air ride suspension in the rear, reverse 4-link, underslung axle, cantilevered airbags. It's pretty detailed in the back, but I just got it all covered up with sheet metal work. But the top's old hardwood floor, and it's over 100-year-old flooring out of a tobacco warehouse. So a lot of it's refurbished and reused materials.
Can you tell me a little bit about the wheels?
Sure, the front wheels are 17-inch, just some I bought off the internet, cover tire. The rear, some 33-inch super smokers that I had laying around. I took them off the Jeep, put them on here, just thought it looked cool, decided to go with it. As far as the drive, my transmission, I have a turbo 350, final drive being 1-to-1. I've got a 300 gear with 33-inch tall tires. RPM wise, I think around 70 miles an hour, I'm running about 2,700 RPM.
Well, that's some pretty amazing history here at the museum. I just got word that my buddy Flounder came across a pretty sweet car. Let's go check it out.
I know just how that deer feels. We're here with Mr. Chuck once again. Now tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind this.
Well, I don't know. I just kind of picked it up and put the back on it, called it the Redneck Patio, and things just started falling together.
Yeah.
A friend of mine actually bought this deer here at the Turkey Run like 4 years ago, over in one of the vendors. We threw him on the front of the truck, you know.
Did you know he's got a deer fly on his head?
Yeah, he's got that fly. It itches. I have kids itch him all the time.
Yeah.
Scratch.
Well, let's come around here and let's take a look at some more of your truck here.
All right, we got our black and white TV hooked up to a video game where we could play Pong from the original Atari. Pong and Asteroids.
We might have to play a game later.
All right.
Let's move along here.
We got our buddy Gator here.
Yeah.
He just kind of rides along with us. We got our shower here.
You don't got any soap, do you? It's been a long day.
Nah, no soap, no soap. We just use a clean old water. Mother Nature itself, you know.
You keep it natural.
Yep, you got it. Yep. Then we got our CD radio and our 8-track. Everything you need.
I think we're going to leave you right now with Sweet Home Alabama.
There you go. 39 Plymouth. Well, it's got a small 413 in it. Automatic transmission, easy on brakes, bad on gas. Air conditioning works great. Solar. We're all green about this vehicle here.
All right, what's about the paint job? Yeah, let's start with that.
Oh, we change every show. We'll wash it off before we get here and get a new one when we get. I mean, every show gets a new paint job.
What's with the pipes? Is that
Dual exhaust. Dual exhaust, yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, we can just ask it to start. It starts.
Okay.
Yeah, we can say, anytime now, would you please start up? Smash. Look up there. Look up there. Amazing, man.
Yeah.
Would you love to ride something like that?
Possibly.
Love you like I do.
We're here with Billy from Longwood, Florida. I think this is the smallest car we've seen at the Rod Run, so can you tell me about it?
Sure. It's a 1958 Vespa 400. 400 is the model name, and 400 also is the displacement of the engine. It's 400 cc's. It's a two-cylinder, two-stroke engine. So it's about 15 horsepower, thereabouts.
How fast can this thing go?
If you're patient enough, it'll go about 55 miles an hour on a flat surface.
I'd like to thank everyone that helped us here at Lights Camera Attraction, especially if you purchased a DVD from us. Your support helped put cars in the classroom and kids to the track. Thank you. I'll see you next time at the track.